Thank you so much for joining. I'm seeing people starting to come online right now. My name is Terri Maxwell, and I'm president and CEO and founder of this amazing company called Succeed on Purpose. And I'm here today to just begin a conversation about a topic that I'm very, very passionate about called conscious entrepreneurship. And when I became a conscious entrepreneur, I didn't think that I was entering this domain of conscious entrepreneurship. I just simply wanted to make money doing what I loved. And for me, the shift had gone from making money as an entrepreneur to doing what I love and making the world better and making money that way. And that's ironically one of the big reasons of why conscious entrepreneurship is so different. Conscious entrepreneurs aren't really thinking about making money. They're simply trying to make the world better. They're wanting to do what they love and make money as a result of that. And that's one of the things that makes conscious entrepreneurship very different. So when I started this journey 10 years ago, I didn't set out to be a conscious entrepreneur. I really just set out to do what I love and try to make a difference and make money doing that. And as I mentioned, I sold my business in early 2008, which was really good timing. And I started on this quest to just figure out what I really love to do and how do I make the world better and make money. And it's really that journey that led me to this topic that we're covering today on conscious entrepreneurship. Now, there's a lot of debate going on right now about conscious business. And most of the conscious entrepreneurs that I know think the debate's kind of humorous because you don't really think about whether or not you should take care of your customers or whether or not you should take care of your employees. When you're a truly conscious entrepreneur, that's just the way that you do business. Like, it's not something special. So I've noticed that a lot of the conscious entrepreneurs, as they hear the debate that's occurring right now in conscious business, are just, they think it's kind of silly. I mean, it's just good practice to focus on your employees, to focus on your customers. It's just a good way to do business. There's not anything really special about it. So conscious entrepreneurs are really just doing what they love. And they're doing what they're passionate about. They started their business to follow their passions, to follow their dreams. They started their business to try to make the world just a little bit better. And as a result of that, they've entered this category that we're now calling conscious entrepreneurship. And conscious entrepreneurship is really those businesses that identify with conscious business principles. Conscious business principles are really simple. Are you committed to making the world better? Are you willing to serve all stakeholders in your business, not just shareholders? And so when you're a conscious entrepreneur, you're just simply saying, I want to do business in a mindful way, in a purposeful way, in a conscious way. And so we're starting a discussion over the next 6 months or so about conscious entrepreneurship, and I'm going to give you a couple of sneak peeks into some things that are coming very, very soon. See, a couple more people have joined. Thank you so much for joining this conversation. Aloha, and really glad you guys could join us today. So this topic of conscious entrepreneurship, there's a organization called Conscious Capitalism. I'm a huge fan. I've been a huge fan of theirs and somewhat involved in the movement over the last 8 to 9 years. There's also another organization that I'm also very fond of called B Corp. And B Corp actually certifies something called a benefit corporation, where the corporation commits to being a truly conscious business. And they have a credo and they have a way of certifying companies to ensure that they truly are following those principles. And so I'm really excited about both of those organizations. There's others that are out there, but I really want to bring together entrepreneurs, not just conscious businesses like Whole Foods and Tom Shoes and places like that, but entrepreneurs who are operating and leading their business in a conscious way. Hey, Papa Bill, I see that you just joined us. I'm so glad you're here. Really delighted. Hello, Sarah. I'm glad you guys could join us today as we start this conversation around conscious entrepreneurship. So conscious entrepreneurs really are, I think, are going to change the way business is done. And I think that this change is going to happen in the next few years in a big way. I think it's bigger than conscious capitalism. It's bigger than B Corp. There's real systemic challenges that we have in this country, in this world right now. And I think conscious entrepreneurs are going to transform the conversations that we're having about what makes good business. And that's what I'm excited to talk about today. So one of the questions I get asked a lot is, how is conscious entrepreneurship different? So it's different in really just one core fundamental way. Conscious entrepreneurs simply started a business to do what they are passionate about. That's the genesis of their business, is they want to do what they're passionate about. They want to make the world better. That's the genesis of the business. They also want to make money in their business doing what they're passionate about. But the purpose is not to enrich the quote unquote shareholder. The purpose is to do what you love and to try to make the world better along the way. And that's really how conscious entrepreneurship is different. Now, again, there's been a lot of debate lately about conscious business versus traditional kind of Wall Street business. Most of the conscious entrepreneurs that I know find that comical because you don't really think about, do I need to take care of my employees? Should I put my customers first? You don't think like that when you're a true conscious entrepreneur. You just are out there just trying to make the world better. So that's one of the questions I get asked a lot. How is conscious entrepreneurship different? Again, I can see a couple more people have joined us, so feel free to ask any questions as we start this conversation. Now, a couple of other things that I want to say about this movement. Conscious Capitalism is an organization I'm a huge fan of. And over the last decade, they've really begun to pave a way, as well as B Corp that certifies benefit corporations. And they're beginning to truly challenge the shareholder profit-driven world of business that many of us know. And they're really starting to challenge them. And it's a long overdue debate. It's a long overdue debate about really what is the purpose of business. Is it to enrich shareholders, or is it to make the world better? And so these two organizations that I'm huge fans of, Conscious Capitalism and B Corp, are starting to change the debate. And what I'm hoping to curate is a community of conscious entrepreneurs that can add to that debate and shift it even further, because I don't think it should be a choice about whether or not your business should just enrich shareholders or if you should think about the other stakeholders. I think as an entrepreneur, that's crazy to me. Like, of course you take care of your customers. Of course you take care of your employees. Of course you're involved in the community. Of course you try to make the world better. That's why we started our business. Most entrepreneurs started their business for these fundamental things of just trying to make the world a little bit better. I mean, seriously. So it's kind of humorous to us that this debate is raging. So one of the other questions that I get asked a lot is, how is conscious entrepreneurship different than conscious business? It's different in a fundamental way. And this fundamental way, I think, is at the root of why I want to shift the conversation. So as a conscious business, you don't make money, simply making the world better. You make money as a result of profits. And your business generates an income from the profits that business makes, and you make the choice to do good with those profits. When you're a conscious entrepreneur, you pay your mortgage as a conscious entrepreneur. You pay for your kids' shoes. You buy your groceries as a conscious entrepreneur. And that's why I really want to shift the conversation. And I believe the forefront of the conscious business movement should be conscious entrepreneurs, because for us, it's not a profit discussion. We pay our mortgage from our conscious business. We buy our groceries from our conscious business. We pay our utility bills. This computer is paid from my conscious business. It's not about profit to us. Like, profit is how we pay our bills. And as my original entrepreneurial mentor has said, profit is the tip your customers give you when you serve them well. And that was my grandfather. He was my first conscious entrepreneur mentor. Conscious entrepreneurs, I believe, should be at the forefront of this conversation. I don't think that we should be an afterthought. I think we should be at the forefront of this conversation, because for us, it's not about shareholder profit and what do I do with shareholder profit. For us, we pay our mortgage with our profit. The better we serve our customers, the more profit we make, which basically means that I can make my mortgage payment. The better our business does, the more we take care of our employees, the more likely I am to be able to afford groceries. Like, for conscious entrepreneurs, it's not a debate about profit. It's a debate about having the income to live. And so it's a visceral conversation to us. It's not theory to us. It's not a debate over what's the right way. We simply know that if we serve our employees and help them, if we take care of our customers, if we're involved in our community, if we try to make the world better, those basic things are how our business is receiving compensation. And since we are the primary stakeholder, our motivation is fundamental. Our motivation is visceral. It's not some kind of profit and loss sheet and we're evaluating whether or not we should give 5% or 10% of our profits away. We're basically looking at our business as a way to live and as a way to prosper. And the more we prosper, the more that we want to give back. So that's one of the questions I get asked a lot, is how is conscious entrepreneurship different? I mentioned this thing about why I believe conscious entrepreneurs should be at the forefront of this debate. And we haven't been part of this debate. And there is a raging debate going on right now. So I want to change that. I've partnered, I'm excited to say, I've partnered with a team of investors. There are 12 of us. And in 2020, we are going to be launching an organization specifically by and for conscious entrepreneurs. And this organization is going to help train conscious entrepreneurs. This organization is going to mentor conscious entrepreneurs. We will have certified coaches that will help conscious entrepreneurs get their business to whatever the next level is. And so I'm beginning the conversation now, because in about 5 months, this organization will launch. And I want to invite you along to participate as we take a giant step forward and begin to shift the debate about business to being about the fundamental value of entrepreneurship. If I remember, my grandfather told me these amazing stories about what it was like to be an entrepreneur. And for him, it was so simple. And he just basically said, you know, I started my business because I love to serve people. And I started my business to basically pay my mortgage. And for him, it was just so fundamental. And when customers would come in he had this little juice bar in Sarasota, Florida. When customers would come in, his face would light up, and he didn't, you know, light up because he quote unquote wanted to make a profit. He didn't light up because somebody was going to pay him. His face would light up because he loved serving his customers. He loved what he was doing. He loved calling them by name and knowing what drink they wanted to order. And so that idea about what conscious entrepreneurship is, it's the golden rule. It's do unto others as you would do unto yourself. It's so basic. You just take care of your people, you take care of your customers, you serve your community, you try to make your little piece of the world better. And that's why I want to shift the conversation about business right now. And again, I think conscious entrepreneurs are the best people to really have this conversation, because our livelihood depends on it. It's not theory. It's not some profit and loss statement and what are we going to do with the extra profit this year. For us, it's the basics of how are we going to pay our mortgage, how are we going to put our kids through school, how are we going to pay for college for our children, how do we pay the utilities, how do we buy groceries. For conscious entrepreneurs, the debate is so basic and so fundamental. From our research, we found that there are 4 types of conscious entrepreneurs. And I believe Sarah's posted a graphic on the Succeed on Purpose Facebook page for you to check out as I'm going through this. So there's 4 types of conscious entrepreneurs, and they're motivated by some degree to meaning and impact. And in meaning, down at the bottom, there are some people that are focused more on the work being meaningful. Others are focused on the work and the people that they're being served are meaningful. That's kind of where I started. I knew I wanted to serve entrepreneurs, and I knew I wanted to do work that I cared about. That's where I started, was more on that side. And then as they start to experience some success in their conscious business, they now start shifting more towards impact. I want to make a bigger impact, either in a community or a segment that they're working on, or they want to make a wholesale shift in an industry. And so that's what you see at the top of that, where you either shift towards being a mission-driven business or being a social impact venture. So those 4 types of conscious businesses, we're going to be studying them and inviting people along as we launch this organization that I'll be telling you more about. We've just gotten started. We've just really started our planning process. Again, there are 12 investors that have come together to bring this business to life, to bring this community to life. And so this notion of, are you motivated more by meaning, or are you motivated more by impact, or some combination of both? For me, it's now meaning and impact. I'm truly in that upper right-hand quadrant. I consider us, all of our companies in the On Purpose world, to be mission-driven brands in some way. All of the people that work for us are mission-driven. And so, take a look at that graphic. Try to begin to identify if you're more driven by meaning or impact, or both, because there's some different things that you need in your business to help you be successful, depending on what the answer to those questions are. Some examples of well-known conscious entrepreneurs. Well, let's see. So I would say probably Richard Branson's my favorites, because when he started his business, I believe Richard Branson started in that upper right-hand quadrant. He truly wanted to disrupt the music industry first with Virgin Records, and to create a different way for music to reach consumers. And then, the infamous story of Virgin Airlines, that he really just got frustrated flying on the various airlines and said, there has to be another way. I'm going to start an airline myself and do this differently. Again, Richard Branson has never focused on the profit per se. The profit was a result of how well they served their customers, how well they took care of their employees. And as a result of that, he's a gazillionaire and is truly active in the B Corp movement. He's actually one of a team of people that founded an organization called B Team. I'm hoping to partner with them as well. And they've got a group of people that are also trying to change the concept of what business is through B Team. So there's conscious capitalism. They're typically for larger businesses. There's the B Corp movement. I'm a huge fan of theirs as well. B Team, huge fan of theirs as well. I'm also starting to see some organizations on the investment side. One of my favorite companies that I've been following is Nexus Global. And Nexus Global brings together entrepreneurs that have created something that's making the world better in some way. Whether it's cleaning the ocean or dealing with some sustainable practice, they bring together those entrepreneurs, and they bring together a group of social investors, and those social investors are investing in these entrepreneurial ideas that make the world better. So I'm really excited about Nexus Global as well. I'm very excited that we'll be beginning these partnerships, and I'm really excited to create a community of conscious entrepreneurs. So I'll tell you just a little bit more about that. Again, I've been part of the conscious business movement now for about 10 years. And you know, I've attended a lot of the programs and a lot of the events, and there's amazing companies. I've been inspired by their speakers, but a lot of the companies are large. And I never could put my finger on why I felt different. I know when I first attended some of the conscious capitalism events, I truly felt like I had found my tribe, but I still felt different and I couldn't quite put my finger on it. And what's different for me is that you know, it's not a profit discussion for me. Like, I pay my mortgage from my profits, you know, I pay for my groceries. So it's, my business is so much more personal to me, that it's not just how do I make the world better, but how do I make the world better and make money? And it's not money that, you know, I'm going to be rich on. It's money that I use to pay my mortgage and pay my groceries. So for conscious entrepreneurs, it's very personal to us. And we have just chosen a path where I call it living in the and. We've chosen a path where we want to make money and do good. We want to do what we love and make money. And for us, conscious entrepreneurship is truly living in the and. This is our first conversation about this topic. You're going to see a lot more. We're going to have regular updates as this unfolds. But I have come together with a group of investors. I'm excited to say this is an amazing team of people that have come together to invest in this community that we're building. We will be launching it in 2020. I'm really, really excited about it. And you guys are going to get a front row seat as this unfolds. You can join the Succeed on Purpose email list. You can email me personally, Terri@succeedonpurpose.com. I'll give you regular updates. We've already got 300 people who've raised their hand and said that they want to be part of this movement that we're creating. And so again, you can email Succeed on Purpose. You can email me, Terri@succeedonpurpose. Get a front row seat as this organization unfolds. Again, it will be officially launched in early 2020, but I'll be talking more about it over the next few months as it unfolds. You'll be learning from some of the other entrepreneurs and investors who have joined me. And this organization is going to be, I think, going to be the coolest thing ever, because we're bringing together all of the pieces that you need to help your conscious business grow. I'm really, really, really excited to tell you more about it. Again, 12 investors came together with a common cause and a common mission. We're in the process of identifying world-class experts who will be putting their content on our platform. World-class experts, names that you would know, are going to be putting their content on this platform. It's going to be a community unlike anything else. And again, I'm so grateful that you joined us for this conversation. As we wrap up, I want to thank those of you that participated today. I want to invite you to come along for the ride, and it's going to be one heck of a ride. And I'm looking forward to collaborating with all of the conscious entrepreneurs around the world. By the way, there are 200,000 self-identified conscious entrepreneurs in the United States, and there are over 2 million conscious entrepreneurs that have self-identified in the world. Over 2 million people. Hey, Tildy, I can see that you've just joined us. Over 2 million entrepreneurs self-identify as a conscious entrepreneur. 2 million globally. This organization is going to be a global organization. Although the initial launch will be in the United States, we've already got a launch planned in 2 other countries. All 3, both the United States, North America, and the 2 other countries that I'm not going to announce yet, but we have 2 others that will be launching. All 3 will be launching in 2020, which is very exciting. It will be a global organization. And I'm excited about the leadership team that has come together. 12 people have come together to invest in this organization and to launch it. We'll be bringing content from the best leaders in the world, bringing them together and teaching conscious business, conscious marketing, conscious leadership. How do you do business differently as a conscious entrepreneur? Again, you'll be learning more about that in the next few months. We'll be launching in early 2020 in the United States and North America, and then 2 other countries will follow beyond that. And I'm really, really excited to be a part of this. We want to simply shift the conversation about business and humanity. It doesn't have to be an or conversation. Should I do good in the world, or should I take care of shareholders? It doesn't have to be that way. Conscious entrepreneurs live in the and. They are the concept of what I call meaningful money and living in the and living in the and simply means you want to do what you love and make money. You want to make the world better and make money. And it's personal to us because we don't make money in some theoretical way. We make money to pay our bills, to pay our mortgage, to put our kids through school. And so I believe that conscious entrepreneurs are the right group to shift the conversation about business. And I hope that you will join us for this journey. Again, you can reach out to Succeed on Purpose either on Facebook or succeedonpurpose.com. You can email me personally, Terri at succeedonpurpose.com, and join this conversation and join the movement. All right, that's it for today. This is our first conversation. We'll be having many, many more in the next couple of months. Thanks so much, everybody, for joining. I really, really appreciate you participating, and I will look forward to telling you more about this group as we shift the conversation about business. Thanks, everybody.